welcome to my second Flosstube update. I'm Teresa. I'm looking down here at my notes so I don't forget to tell you any specifics about my project. If you're new here, I'm Teresa. I'm from Austria. I live here with my partner and my two cats. You will probably see her in most of the videos because she's very overly attached. I enjoy textile crafts because they give me a good balance to my regular job, which is a software developer, which is very basic office work, like you sit on the computer the whole day. So working with textiles and with my hands, and to have something physical after you finish your project is very helpful for me, and I enjoy doing it, like knitting, stitching, weaving. Also, I have a knitting machine, for example, which I pull out every year once, I guess. Yeah, I love working with my hands and creating physical things. So now I want to talk about the projects I worked on, but before I do that, I want to show you one project that I didn't show you last time, even though I did kind of a whip parade. It's my oldest project and biggest project. It has 450,000 stitches. It's a full coverage cross stitch, and yeah, I charted it myself. It's from the artist Yukari. I asked them for permission to use the artwork for a cross-stitch project, and they were very nice about it. They said it was okay, but yeah, it's not for commercial use. If you want to stitch some of the artwork, you should ask them. It's just the right and correct way, or if you can compensate them in any way, because they put a lot of work in it, and you just have to make sure you appreciate the work other people put in their work. It's very big. I have to go back here to show you the full piece. It's 450,000 stitches. It's on a 16 count. This is also the reason why it's so giant. I'm about 57% done. You can see I did some page finishing. I also did some color completion, and I just changed around the way I stitch on it. Currently I'm I'm doing more page finishing, and like row by row I gridded the fabric myself. Yeah, that's how it looks like. I hope I can finish it in the next 1 to 2 years, but I'm not too sure how realistic this is. But I would be really happy to finish it because I already have a place in mind where I want to hang it. But yeah, I'm not too sure about the whole framing part. It would have to be a custom frame, because I don't want to make like a wall hanging, because I want it to be put behind some glass so it doesn't get dusty, or because I have spent so much time on it. It would be very sad for it to get what's the word, for it to not to get messed up. I also have, with projects you have very long, you have to be a bit careful because of all the handling. The stitches might look a bit rough, or like, you know, from knit clothing, which get like those piles, and also cotton floss and stitching does get roughed up if you put a lot of friction on it. So be careful on those long time projects you have. I also thought about putting it on a scroll frame, but it would have to be a very big scroll frame, and most manufacturers don't make scroll frames that big, and putting it in a scroll frame this big would make it very difficult to handle. So yeah, I'm mostly using hoops or notch hoops, like the square hoops. Yeah, most of the time I focus on it for like 1 to 2 months, and then I get burned out on it. So I have a hard time making like specific plans with it because the progress goes so slow. So yeah, I tend to work on it when I feel like it. I guess in December I want to work on it a bit more, but I'm not too sure yet. I have lots of different plans, and it comes down to what I feel like doing. Yeah. So now to my other projects. This is a project that you already saw. It's Slater Stocking by Shepherd's Bush. Maybe I can put in a picture of where it was last time, but I put a few more stitches on it. The colors of it always look a bit different than the pictures the designers put on. I think it's because some of the weak dye work colors might change per dye lot, so it has a bit of a different feel to it. I used lots of DMC because some of the weak dye works you just can't get your hands on, or like classic color works I think doesn't do pearl cottons anymore. It's stitched on 80 count Flober, I think, 1/2 with pearl cotton. Yeah, so it I think it's a steady progress. It's about 30 to 40%. I scan my patterns in and put them in the markup, so I know the progress roughly. So yeah, it's like 3,000 to 5,000 stitches still to do. So there is a whole I think city and a train down here. But yeah, can't wait to get it finished and fully finish it together with the other stocking I stitched, and maybe hanging out for Christmas. We'll see. Yeah. The next project is also one that you have already seen. It's Cats Do What They Want by Mereshka. I had a ton of progress on it. It's also kind of a full coverage, but a lot smaller than my previous piece. I think I stitched a lot of the stitches here weren't done last time, and also some done here where the cat's at. Yeah, wait, let me put something behind it so you can see it better. Okay. It's stitched on 16 count. It's a kit, and I just love the image. It's just so great. I love cat stitches, I guess. So if you come to my channel, you mostly will see cats in my projects. There you go. Just so great. I just love how they use 10 stitch or half crosses, I guess you say. Also with different amount of strands to get the depth and dimension in the piece. It's just, I love it. It's so great. Yeah. And also, this is the width it's going to be. So it's a good size, I think, for full coverage. It's enough so you have a bigger picture and a lot of detail, but it's not like I'm gonna work on this for the next 10 years big. Yeah. I also scan those patterns in and put them in the markup, but you always have to fudge a bit with the symbols and correct it in markup afterwards, because not all of them are scanned correctly. So you have to put in some work, but it's easier for me to work on the iPad and markup XP than from paper, because I always forget some symbol, or I have to go back and put in single stitches of some colors. So it's easier for me to just scan it in and work that way. The artwork is by Phoenix Chan, I think. I don't know the artist specifically, but yeah, I love the picture. Right, so now another project, Sherasade's Cream by Twin Peaks Primitives. This was a small start, and I only had just a very small progress on it. This is in the center of the piece. I just added the fill-in on the, I think it's a basket, and there will be some flowers up there. Just at some small progress. It's on a 40 count vintage country mocha, I think, and I'm about 0.5% done, so it's very small start. I would love to get all my pieces to 1% because otherwise it's just so little progress. It's hard to call it even a start if it's just at 0.5%. Yeah, the next is the No Time Like the Present. I focused in it for a few days to get it to 50%. I'm always a bit delusional and think I can finish it to the end of the year, but yeah, this is it at 50%. So let me put something behind it so you can see it properly. I'm stitching it with silk floss from Extra Design. Also the fabric is from Extra Design. They just have such a nice modeling. Yeah, it's on a 20 count Aida. This is a awesome size of Aida to stitch 1/1 on because the Aida is so fine it almost looks like linen, and yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm almost finished with the sky, which is so nice. I stitched so much on the sky. I tried to make the modeling so it doesn't do stripes on the skein, but more like maybe like a night sky with a few clouds would look like. Yeah, I love the project. It's very beautiful, but it's so much stitching, and yeah. Maybe you have already seen from Modern Folk Embroidery the SAL for next year. It's also so beautiful. I think it's with birds and those foresty people. Yeah, but I don't know if I really started, especially with all the long dog projects I have, which are also one color, the whole piece. And it would be just another very similar project, but I love the imaging. Maybe, probably not next year, but maybe sometime. Yeah. Now to my new starts and finishes. Maybe you know I did a Flosstube for a few weeks ago where I finished this needle book. Didn't change anything yet. I didn't put in any pockets, but it's a cute small finish which is very utilitarian. It's a design by myself. And yeah, I just love doing these small needle books. They are very practical when I take my projects with me. If it's cross stitch, if it's knitting, most of the time I put some small scissors in and some needles because you never know. Most times you need those and you're good to go. There's a tiny cat. Yeah. Another project is the Winter Woodland Star from Hello from Liz Matthews. I started it a few days ago and finished it right away. I did it on a blue spruce linen, I think 32 count. I don't know the company that produces this linen, but it's very beautiful. It gives it more like a nighttime feel. This is a project from Jingle Ball, which I find very great. It's from Lindy Stitches. It's an awesome idea to make an online event for crafts that are mostly done by yourself and to get people together and socialize. Oh, 1 second, I got something stuck on here. So, and I got the class from Liz Matthews. She has so many great designs and projects. Yeah. I also have two other patterns I also bought from Tiny Modernist, the Gingerbread House and Blue Flower cross stitch, Blue Flower design. the woodland forest, but I don't think I can finish them I can finish the stitching till the class. I don't know yet. This is, by the way, is a stash conversion, so maybe my colors might look a bit different because I pulled DMCs I already had and some of them weren't an exact match. So yeah, just so you don't get surprised if your colors turn out a bit different, a bit brighter, a bit darker. This is just what I had in stash, and I didn't want to order some new floss because it wouldn't have been delivered in time, so I stitched it with what I already had. It's a great pattern. I can't wait to learn how to finish it with the pearl border she has. Just give it a look if you like it. It's a great design. Yeah. So the next one. I already have when I start projects that are like under 10,000 stitches or about 10,000 stitches, I have a hard time switching them out for other patterns because they are quite fast to finish, like in 2-3 weeks I can finish them most of the time, and so my bigger projects don't get any progress if I have lots of smaller projects because I love finishing them. It's not like I love the progress, but it's like, oh, if I stitch another few days, it's already done, so I do that, and my bigger projects are neglected a bit more. I started Mary Morgan by Fox and Rabbit Design, I think. I just started the border. It's on a 40 count raw linen, I think. It's not a lot of progress. I think it's also like 0.5%. But I love the colors of the piece. Like if you look at the floss, it's just it's so great. It's very, very intense coloring. Yeah, I will continue to work on it whenever I find the time. I kitted it up at the same time I did Sherazade Stream. It's just like a similar sampler style with the border and the image in the center, and yeah, I love it, but I don't know when I will get time to work more on it. I would love to get it to 1% till the end of the year, but I don't know yet. We'll see what time brings. Another project I had in my stash for a long time, I bought the pattern at the beginning of the year. It's Stitch for Pride by D20. They do a Stitch for Pride, I think, every year, and they were inspired by queer artists like from the LGBTQ community, and it won. It's a spot sampler, so one design is per artist. This was Keith Haring. I don't know which artist this was. I think I forgot, but I had a very hard time picking the right floss because the recommended floss was already sold out when I started it. So a few weeks ago I found this colorway by XQ Design. It's like a pink with orange. It's called Grape Orange is the colorway, and I just love it, and I love how it looks on the blue fabric. Wait, let me put something behind so you can see it a bit clearer. It's just so beautiful with the orange and pink variegation. Yeah, I will do the whole sampler in one color because I thought about doing every thought in every month's update in a different colorway, but I wouldn't have started it because I wouldn't be able to decide on which color to do, and it would have taken just too long. But I love the hand-painted cottons by Actual Design. They're just so great. I also bought I bought the Melting Snow. You can see it here, but it's like a very pale lavender and gray. It's just so beautiful. I don't know what to do with it yet. Maybe I will do a long look sampler with it, but yeah, I just love it. It looks looks so great. And yeah, this is the other flosses. I'm stitching it 1/2 on 32 count. I usually do two strands of floss on 32 count, but in this piece I just wanted to try it, and I love how delicate it looks, and I think in most samplers it isn't important to get the full coverage and really plump stitches, and it just gives it a bit of a different look, and I love it. It's great, and it's also easier with variegated floss to have the colors show up a bit more, because you don't have to be so careful to put the two strands exactly at the same color changes, so they don't get muddy and just look like it's one color over the whole piece. Yeah. So the next one is Mirabilia's Mirabilia design. It's my first Mirabilia. It's the Muse, which is one of the more current patterns she did. It's I think it came out at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I just love the image. I can show it to you. There you go. It's the Muse. I just loved it. It's a very great design. I did a very small start on it. I'm probably not going to focus on it in the next few weeks. It's just here in the middle of the fabric, part of a dress. That's all I did. It's a very small start, but I don't mind. I just wanted to start it. If you don't start it, you can finish it. It's, I guess, the motto of some people. Yeah, that's it. Another project I started, it's, I think, in the whole Christmas stitching, I got very motivated. I'm doing the Christmas crackers from the Victorian sampler. It's a bit of an older pattern, I think. The Victorian samplers, they do a whole set also of a gingerbread village, which looks very cute, and I would love to stitch it, but the bundles are quite expensive to ship to Austria, and yeah, they are a bit hard to come by. I think not a lot of people produce them or sell them, but I was lucky to find a place that sells the Christmas crackers, and also I got the gingerbread mice, which are very cute and small. But yeah, this is the first one. It's not fully finished yet, but the stitching is done. It's the snowman one. I'm going to put the other 4 on this fabric and then finish them all together. Like here I started, I think it's going to be the Santa one. I don't know if I will do the angel one, because I'm just not religious, but maybe for like my grandma or someone as a present, but I wouldn't hang it up in my house. But I love the design. I love the different stitches and flosses. It's just very nice to try different flosses, like pearl cotton and silks and granic and all those stuff, and yeah, it's just beautiful. And I love the small details, like the snowman is done in petite stitches, and those small pearls, like there's small hearts and the small golden pearls, and yeah, I'm in love with it. But I didn't imagine them to be so small, so I thought they would be more like this big, and now I'm thinking like they're going to be, depending how you count the size, but it's just it's smaller than my hand, like. But they're going to be very cute, and maybe I can hang them up somewhere, depending if I have a Christmas tree this year. I just didn't decide yet. Yeah. So that's all of the projects I think I worked on in the last 3 weeks. I have a few end of year plans, like I want to continue more on my oldest piece, like the cat with the fishes, and maybe finish it someday. I want to do more on my long dogs, like maybe the no, how is it called? Back to normal? The new normal, exactly. I would love to finish this Sunday because it's my second oldest piece, or maybe get some progress in some long pieces, because I want to finally be able to finish one of them, because I'm working on so many of them and I think it's time to finish one of them. And maybe do some Christmas stitching, like finishing the stockings, finishing the crackers, maybe start the gingerbread mice and also finish them. Yeah, that's about how my plans go. I would love to start some other full coverage, like from Uma Ryan. They did the Contessa with Squid that lots of people are stitching. I love the designs, and also like the Royal Lobster Hunt or something like that. But I would love to finish my biggest full coverage first, and maybe the next one I would focus on would be my Gecko Rouge one, the coffee one with the coffee shop and the cats on it. Yeah, step by step, I guess. If you're interested, I now want to talk about my knitting projects, just because I enjoy knitting, and maybe if you like crafts and you're also a multi-crafter like me, you also enjoy some other crafting projects. So give me 1 second. Yeah. My current commute project is knitting socks. Most of the time I have one sock on my needles, because it's just very easy to carry with you, to knit on it, and because I don't want to carry a big bag, and socks are very automatic for me, especially if they're just plain stockinette stitch with some rivet ends. And yeah, I enjoy having warm socks. Sometimes I knit them for some family members or friends or partners, but yeah, I'm having lots of sock projects all the time. And another very great pattern is the Diana sheep sweater. Maybe you have seen it before. It's usually in red with white sheeps on it. I can show a picture here. The artist that made it, I think they made a pattern of it and gave it away for charity or like for free, and they want you to pay for like Ärzte ohne Grenzen, it's called in Austria, like the Doctors Without Borders, kind of. I don't know how it's called. I will put it here. But yeah, it's lots of white sheep on it, and then it's one single black sheep. I just love it. It's a great pattern. Yeah, and I had this yarn lying around, and I just wanted to start something with some color work and some great imaging. And I started the second sweater because why only one? It's the eye sweater from Degen US. It's just the greatest. Degen makes the greatest patterns ever. And one is this sweater with eyes all over it. I already finished one other sweater of them with like holes all over it. It's just so great. I love their designs. They're just so creative, and yeah. The only thing I'm dreading is sewing in all those ends at each eye. It's just going to be a lot of work, but I don't mind it. It's the greatest sweater ever, so I don't mind sewing in some ends. But maybe this is famous last words, and in a few months, when I knit all the eyes all over it, I will not see it as neutrally as now. But maybe I will start sewing in those ends already, because so I don't have to sew them in at the end, all of them, and it takes out all of my energy, and I don't want to continue on it. So yeah, yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's that. So these are my my bigger knitting projects currently. I have a few other projects, but I'm currently not working on them. So some summer projects that I just don't work on in the winter time because I'm more motivated to make warm and cozy stuff. But yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great start into December in the holiday seasons. Yeah, maybe you struggle like me with the reduced daylight. Like it's going to be dark in 2 to 3 hours, which yeah isn't the greatest. But I also love the cold season when you're at home and it's all warm. You have something warm to drink. Yeah, that's that. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe, to like maybe ask in the comments if you have any questions to my projects or which floss I use, maybe if I forgot the fabric count, or if you're working on the same projects, tell me. Maybe we want to motivate each other to continue and work on them. Yeah, so I guess I will see you next time. Bye.